Today is a whole different day to yesterday. Yesterday was so wet and windy and just, oh, it was just a manky day. Actually, it's still windy, as you can hear, but look at those blue skies. It's a bit more of a chatty video today. You're not going to be able to hear a thing, are you, in this wind? Never a dull day with the weather, is it? Why couldn't we just have blue skies and no wind? That would have been the perfect opportunity. Taking that sweet itch rug off because it was rubbing the top of his neck. But it's not a good idea because now look at that mane. He's just, for some reason this winter his sweet itch hasn't died down. Normally we can, like, he'd have a good winter. He grows lots of mane, but this winter no. And I don't know if it's just because it's been so mild or quite what. Excuse his interesting lengths of mane. Sometimes I just feel like it's not a good idea to trim it too much because you know he's only going to rub it out, so you kind of want the length in it. But for some reason this winter he's really struggled with his sweet itch. I've taken it back off, but of course then all he's doing is rubbing, which leads me on nicely to Corporal, because Corporal is going through an awful stage again with his itchiness. I don't know whether it's because I put him back on the joint supplement. I don't know if it's because of the season changing, which is always a factor to it, and I feel bad for him, but he drives me around the bend doing it because all I can hear him doing is itching again. And I think the biggest factor, as I've said, is that it's when he's ridden, which is not good because I'm not ready to retire him yet. It wouldn't do him any good retiring either. I need him for Sienna. So I don't know what the option is at the moment for him. Probably not a lot. Probably just have to deal with it, and it's just horrible for him, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not going to go on about it because I've gone on about it enough in enough videos, but it's not particularly nice, and I find it really exhausting when he's going through it. Anyway, I'm going to get on because I had a sneaky little lay-in this morning and they need to be mucked out. Artie is fuming. You can see here where he's been itching and chewing his skin, and this is not great, but it's not awful. And I was thinking, I'm surprised he hadn't done more damage overnight because I could hear him. Look up here, and it's bad, but it's not the worst. And then Bullseye. So he didn't have this yesterday. I rode him late yesterday afternoon. Look at that for a mess. It's a big old chunk of leg to have scratched that raw, and that will be just from itching and rubbing. So I think I've got some cream that I can try and put on that. It looks very swollen as well where he's been itching it so much. So also you can see down below that he's also done it under the leg as well. Dear. I popped off to go and hack this comical duo. They're very entertaining, Billy and Ted, but they're like a little old couple. They spend their life annoying each other and being grumpy with each other. But if they were to be without each other, they'd be devastated. They're just, right funny little pair. So tomorrow I'm picking Sienna up. It's been 5 weeks. I've had a lovely holiday with just my boys and mucking out just 2. Why is it that mucking out 3 seems so much more than 2? But I've had a nice time, but it's definitely time to bring her back home. It was the right decision. I saw this double rainbow while I was hacking and I just thought it was so beautiful. So I'm sort of hoping it just brings the world's some positiveness. It's very scary out there to watch on the news what's going on, isn't it? And it was such a beautiful rainbow. So she's been doing all right. So obviously I started backing her and I did sit on her, but she was quite sticky and I realised I didn't have the support at home that I was going to need with her to finish her backing. And I'm not as brave as I used to be. Obviously I ride for a living and I have backed a few horses in the past, but just as you get older, you're definitely not as brave. So it was important that she went to somebody who kind of does that job day in, day out, which is what I did. And they did actually say she was not tricky, but she wasn't as straightforward as some. One of the issues being contact with her, so I'm going to get the dentist to just double check again that her teeth are all right. He didn't see her that long ago, but it does just make you wonder, doesn't it, with her just being a little bit funny in the mouth. But I'm excited to bring her back. Nervous, but excited. I'm excited for the future and the kind of the training and, building her up and watching her grow. All that I'm very excited about. It's just that first initial week, isn't it, where you've got to be brave because they're going to be a bit lucky in a new home and I've got to try and take her out hacking and things like that. So that's the bit I'm a bit apprehensive about, but I'm really excited to have her back and start, I hate the word journey, but start our ridden journey and lots of hacking, building up the muscle, getting her stronger across her back because she is a little bit weak over the back, getting her stronger. But very excited to see her tomorrow. I haven't had a huge amount of updates. I did send her to great people and I'm really happy, but not a huge amount of updates. So tomorrow is going to be a nice surprise to see, well, hopefully a nice surprise to see whereabouts she's got to in her training. She travelled all right. You remember I gave her a tiny bit of settling on the way to where she was backed, and she travelled like an absolute dream. Oh, some midgies out in the yard. Coop's not very happy. Whereas this time we rode her just before we travelled her home, so she obviously didn't have any, and she was a little more fidgety, but not too bad at all. She definitely hasn't forgotten home. Already seems back to being obsessed with Coop. We're not going to allow that to continue. I'm just having a look at Coop. I'm just going to change his rug tonight. Oh, this is definitely left alone, which is good because it's drying up again, which is excellent. He's definitely worked hard on this area today though, which is really annoying. I haven't taken any more rug off, so I'm yet to find any more damage. It's just such a mess, isn't it? Such a mess, such a shame. Anyway, I'm going to put an extra rug on him tonight because it's meant to go down to like 3. So I'm going to do that. He just feels... It's just sad, Corporal. It's just not good, is it, mister? It's just not good. Get the boys mucked out. Definitely been working a bit harder up there, and he's definitely been having a go at his back as well. It's so annoying. I'm not going to give him any... steroid though. I'm not going to ask the vet to do that yet, not until if we have to absolutely do it, because he's never good on steroid, and he's just much cheerier and much brighter when he's not on a steroid, so his skin doesn't feel too hot now, which is a good sign, which means that he's hopefully whatever's flared it up is calming down. It's just so annoying, so horrible for him. Anyway, I'm going to get on and do some mucking out. Can't believe she's home. Tomorrow's going to be D-Day. Tomorrow I'm going to have to just get on, be positive and confident, and start as we mean to go on. It's exciting. It's exciting. She looks beautiful. It was really nice to watch someone ride her, and when she has a little thing about holding her neck a little bit tight at the moment, so I'm going to get the dentist out just to check there's nothing going on with her teeth. But you can see when she relaxes and like kind of just releases herself a bit, she just moves so beautifully, and it's just so lovely to watch. So that's exciting. So really it's just going to be getting her to really start her ridden life. So fingers crossed, exciting times.